and welcome to this core strength practice for your mid-back area or your chest and thorax. So basically from here to here, the whole way around, front and back. So you're gonna need two pieces of equipment, maybe just one if you don't have the other one. Everyone definitely needs a towel, so a little rolled up tea towel or a hand towel. So definitely no chunkier than this. This is as big as you can get. And then if you have a yoga block, go grab it. Otherwise, you can just use your hands, and I'll show you how to do it. It doesn't make much of a difference. The yoga block makes the exercise easier. So the main thing we're going to focus on today are like verbal and hands-on cues for you to use to put the focus around what your rib cage and thoracic spine is doing. Now, it's a very hard area for us to correct because our brain doesn't have a huge representation of our mid-back area, so it's hard for us to feel what it's doing in the moment. We can feel it when it gets sore. So you're going to definitely have to use your hands quite a bit, and that's why we have the towel as well, so that you can feel your ribs press into the towel. You can use your hands to feel or help press your ribs down. Oftentimes when people have mid-back pain, they tend to flare their ribs. So they're all open and overstretched at the front and tight at the back. And this practice is going to aim to change that or improve your awareness of it so you can begin to change it gradually. Let's get started. Have a lie onto your back. Leave that little rolled up towel and put it across the mat widthways. You want to have your lower rib cage on that. So if you're wearing a bra strap, the area below your bra strap. If not, your lower rib cage. Place your hands on the front of your rib cage and think about pressing your lower rib cage down into the towel and feel your lower rib cage connect with the towel. Pressing your lower ribs down and in will help to activate your abdominal muscles in these next two exercises. If you have a yoga block, grab it. Bring your legs up into tabletop one at a time. So that just means knees above your hips and your shins are parallel to the floor like a table. With your yoga block, you're going to push it into your right thigh and your left hand is also going to push into the yoga block. So opposite arm and leg. If you don't have a yoga block, you can just press your hand into the leg. Same thing, a little bit harder. And then when we're here, we're going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Fingers reach up, palm faces in towards your body. And as we inhale, you're going to reach the left leg and the right arm out. And as you exhale, you're going to bring them back to center. If that feels too hard, place your right hand on your ribs and keep it there to give you a little bit of feedback as you reach just the left leg out and back in. You're going to inhale as you reach, your belly is allowed to expand a little. And exhale as you pull the leg back. We're going to go for 12 repetitions. You got about 8 to 10 more to go, depending on your pace. Reaching the arm and the leg out if it's comfortable to do so. Pushing your left hand and your right thigh in towards each other. And that'll help activate your tummy muscles and a few of the muscles around your hip. You should feel a little bit of a shake when the arm and leg is reached out as far as you can comfortably go. And then exhale to bring it back in. And it's no harm to do a little bit of a pause out there and let things shake. Focus your mind on keeping those lower ribs pressed down into the towel. If you need some extra feedback, place the right hand on the ribs and just move the leg. Last two. And last one. Hug your right knee into your chest and stretch your left leg out long on the mat. And then swap over, hug the left knee into the chest, stretch the right leg out long on the mat. Then bring both knees into your chest and move your legs gently back into tabletop position. Flick the feet towards your head. You're going to press your right arm into your left leg. If you have a yoga block or any form of little block-like item, You can press the right hand and the left leg into the block instead to make it a little easier. So whichever suits you. A short foam roller works well too. Reach the left arm, actually keep it on your ribs to start with, so press your ribs down and just reach the right leg out long and pull it back in. The lower you reach the leg out, the harder it is for your muscles to keep your back in neutral. Keep thinking about the ribs pressed down into that towel. Once you've got good control around that rib towel area, reach the left arm up and you can reach the arm out as the leg goes out at the same time. Keep that left thigh pressed into the right hand. Don't let it fall away. We've got about 8 more to go. You're breathing in through the nose as you reach the arm and the leg, or just the leg. Breathing out through the nose or mouth as you come back in. So whichever version gets your tummy muscles on, and whichever version helps you press your lower ribs down into the towel and be able to feel it. Last 5. My counting is not the best, so if you're very strict on your numbers, you can do your own little count to 12. Otherwise, it's no harm if we do a few extra. We're trying to just build endurance in our abdominal muscles. And then hug both knees into your chest. Give them a rock from side to side. Straighten the right leg out nice and long. Hug the left knee into your chest. Swap it over. Hug the right knee into your chest. Left leg goes out nice and long. And then we're going to mix it up. So we're going to come back into that kind of dead bug or lying on our back with our arms and legs up position. So one more time, but we're going to do a different movement with the legs. So bring your knees over your hips, shins parallel to the floor, and pull the feet back towards you. Bring your hands to your ribs. Press your lower ribs down into that towel. And then reach your arms, both of them. Actually, we'll just do one at a time. So reach your right arm up, and I want you to feel your right shoulder blade against the floor, so it shouldn't be lifting off. So press your right shoulder blade down into the floor. Then feel your left butt cheek heavy on the floor. And we're going to move the left arm, Okay, so we might try and cut that a little bit. Yeah, we'll cut it. Knees to the chest. Lengthen the legs out, bring them into tabletop. You're going to place your left hand on your rib cage, your right arm reaches towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades press down into the mat. Press your lower ribs down into the towel. And from here, you're going to just open your right arm out to the side. All the way out, keeping everything still and steady so you're not going to roll to the right. And then bring it back. So our arm only weighs about 3-4 kg, so this should be relatively easy to control. Now our legs are a little heavier, so we're going to bring in the leg. So open the left leg out to the side. Don't let your body twist. Keep some weight in that right butt cheek and pull the leg back. So you're allowed to go as far as you can, as long as you can keep some weight in your right butt cheek and those ribs connected down. Now let's bring the arm and the leg in together. So left leg and right arm open out to the side, and you're trying to keep everything else still. And then press everything back to the center. And we're going to go for 6 more. Open the arm and the leg out to the side, press them back into the center. The whole time your left hand is on your lower ribs, pressing your lower ribs down into that towel. Last 3. If it gets tired at all, you can always place your right foot on the ground and keep going, but that right leg should stay still. Last one. Hug your left knee into your chest, stretch your right leg out nice and long, and give the leg a little circle around. Swap it over, hug the right knee into your chest, left leg reaches out nice and long, and give the right leg a circuit around. When you're ready, bring the knees to your chest, get your knees over your hips, flex your feet towards your head, and we're going to do the other side. So right hand's going to go on the ribs, press your ribs down into the towel, and make sure your lower back's still in neutral, so there should be a little bit of a dip in your lower back. Reach that left arm up, inhale as it opens out to the side, and exhale to pull it back in. Add in the opposite leg. If you're comfortable, inhale as the opposite arm and leg open to the side, exhale as they come back in. Keeping the ribs connected down and keeping some weight into that left side of your pelvis, especially as that right leg opens out to the side. It'll make you want to roll over to the right. If your hip muscles get tight or tired in the front of that left leg, just place it down and continue the exercise. And sometimes you'll actually find that your tummy muscles turn on more when you put that left leg down, because it allows your tummy to work, not your big muscles at the front of your hip. We got last 3 of these. Last 2, keep the ribs connected down into the towel. And last 1. Hug both knees into your chest, then straighten the right leg out. Give your left knee a good circle around. And then swap it over, right knee into your chest, left leg straightens out, and give the right knee a good circle around. And that is you all finished your core session for mid-back.